We are live. Are we? Yes, we are. Hello, world. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hey. So I'm so excited to be hosting this time our amazing discussion. And last week we mentioned patience between each other. So patience is going to be the topic we will talk about today. And we are women coaches from all over the world, helping you to live and to work with more ease, flow, joy, confidence, and belief in yourself, and also help you to heal some parts of you that needs healing. And why patience? Because patience has been, for me personally, one of the hardest lessons. I could call it lessons in life, and I'm still working on this, and I'm still reminding myself every now and then to connect with the natural rhythms of life, and to think, like to relax, to calm down my mind. So that's why I'm bringing this topic up, and I'm very curious about your experiences and your wisdom when it comes to patience. And actually, last week I asked my community. I have a Facebook group, by the way, Creative Soul Set, um, where we are discussing creativity and confidence and visibility as well, because I help my clients with visibility. And last week I asked in my community, what is patience? How do you define patience? And that's what I can also ask you, ladies. How do you define it? And answers were so different from different perspectives. So it was very interesting. For me personally, I feel it as trust in life. So that's how I experience it. Everything will be okay. But I want to know from you, how do you experience it, and what is patience for you? How about you, Michaela?
Yeah, you catch me while I'm thinking about this topic. Thank you so much. So it was really interesting to listen to you, and you're telling about the trust, and that was coming up to me at first while you were thinking, while you were talking about patience. Somehow, what is the trust topic? The trust in the universe, or the trust in yourself that you can do everything you want. And if you when we think about what if we would really know that we can achieve everything we want, so if there will be patience and trust normally, naturally, so what is this that disconnected us from the patients? So isn't it our thoughts? So because we are talking the whole of the day to ourselves and telling ourselves, oh, you want to, that's that is such a long time right now and nothing happened, so it must be happen right now, and you have to do more and everything. So that's the thoughts and the talking to ourselves that disconnected us somehow from our trust in ourselves and from our belief in ourselves and our patience into that the things will happen at the time that is right. And also I think everything is coming to the thoughts and the vibration we are in when we are talking to ourselves. So when we connected with this topic of patience, when I connected into this, and we can stop for a second and feel into this feeling of patience. Where do you feel this patience in your body? What if you stop your thinking for several seconds and get into this feeling of this patience, of this, maybe of this knowing that everything is happened by the time that is the right time? What is when you're thinking about that everything falls into place when it's the right time, and when it is for you the right time. So maybe you're thinking, no, I want to have this right now, but maybe it's not the right time for you to have this, or maybe you're not in the right vibration and you have to learn something to get into this vibration. You want to have this or that, because it's all about the vibration. You don't want things, you think you want things with your thoughts and out in the outer world, but it comes to the feeling what you want to feel when you have these things.
Mm.
So yeah, that's somehow a little bit for me
Mm.
to get into this feeling of patience and the feeling of trust that universe, that everything happened by the time that is the right time.
Mm. Yeah, amazing. And you know what I think when you speak is about how many people give up before they actually, because they don't have patience, so they don't have the trust, so they give up before actually their fruits and sprouts from the work that they have and the energy they have put in their work, right? So it's so important to cultivate that, what you were speaking about, relaxation and trust and surrender to the timing. When the timing is right, the timing is right.
Yeah, you can't pull out the grass for growing, you know. So, and even you can't pull on children that they have to grow, or you can't shout at an orange that has to grow, you know. You can't do that. So, the nature of everything is also in this what we have. That's also a concept of time. I even
Mm.
don't know everything about the concept of time, but it's also a concept. But yeah, the orange needs sun and the orange need time to grow, even the grass.
Mm.
So, and while we were growing, there is this process of having experiences or whatever to let us grow. And yeah, that when you find the trust and the belief in the nature of the things and in yourself, I think it's come back to yourself every
Yeah,
time.
I love what you, Bree. Well, last week we had a little discussion. I know that you know so much about the concept of time, and we are playing with time and all that, right? Because this notion of patience sprouts out of the construct of time, which is a human construct. And if that wouldn't be there, we wouldn't worry so much, I guess, right? What do you think, Bree?
Oh my goodness. That's such a big question. um, as Michaela was talking, I think it's just such a beautiful image first to think of patience as growing, like to give yourself the time to have this cycle of completion that happens. And then I'm gonna revisit this time question in a second. But in
Yeah.
my former life as a Montessori teacher, we teach the children in the lessons. It's kind of embedded in the materials to start something and to allow something to finish. So in their bodies, they're cultivating this sense of completion. And there's no sense of waiting for something to happen. They're in their own natural rhythm. So I think it's speaking to what you all are talking about. And it's connected to time. um, I had this really interesting kind of experience this weekend of really feeling like the cosmos as they're moving through the skies, right? And how all of the aspects of the cosmos are within us. We have all of, we're made up of we're made up of stardust. We have the elements of each of the planets within us. And so I could really feel this connection between the outer world and the inner world moving together. And I realized in that moment, I mean, this is my experience of it, is that's what time was. Is dictated by the heavens. It was dictated by the cosmic movements, and it moves us from within. And when we're not in alignment with that movement because of our ideas of something, of our own concepts, it takes us into areas of imbalance, of frustration, of anger, of grief, of sadness. I mean, some of these things are are normal, things. It's when they happen over long periods of time that they can cause issues. But when we're not in alignment with these natural cycles, then things can start to, not work as well as they should. They're not in an optimal state. And so time and patience, I think when we are patient, we're almost out of time. We're not in time because we don't feel subject to the movement of time. We trust in the cycles of things. We are aligned within ourselves. I know for myself, because I check into my body as well as we talk about all the, the importance of knowing it within your body. And for me, when I'm not patient, I'm waiting, and it takes me outside of myself. I feel myself being pulled forward, right? Because there's something in the future that I don't have now. If I'm present, I think patience is also being present. If I'm present, then I'm centered and I'm grounded and I'm rooted within myself. But if I'm waiting, there's this movement forward. And,
this is interesting, because a lot of people associate this term patience with waiting. A lot of people in my community and also friends of patience, automatically that means waiting. And I also don't experience patience as waiting, because it's being present in the moment is very dynamic experience. You're learning, you are reading things, you're connecting with people, you are a dynamic process all the time in the present moment. There's no waiting. How about you, Camila? Sorry.
I just want to say one more thing. Sorry, I just want to say that I started to distinguish the difference between patience and waiting for myself when I started diving into my human design. And I'm designed to wait to respond. So what is that? Because I'm not good at waiting. Waiting aggravates me. And so how can I find, where is it within me that I could be present with that? And I found, patience I can do. Waiting I can't do. And so for me, there's a distinction. And, I think it's important for everyone to define this feeling state for themselves, because patience to me has a different feeling than it is for other people. So how do you define this presence and alignment with the cycles of time?
Amazing. Camila, you are about to say something.
I'm waving like on every good coaching. Yes. I would like to make it easy and summarize all you said, girls, with one word, which is everything. But it's not so easy, and at least maybe it's good to say something about it. I am always asking questions, and sometimes I even ask myself, aren't your questions too silly? But the first is, what does it mean? Be patient. You remember I was asking what love is. What does it mean to do this or that? And now what you said about what the patience really is, it's the key, because how we understand the words, how we understand the ideas, what is patience actually? And for very many people, including myself, and maybe I could be a first person in this role, waiting is killing me, and I'm unable to wait. But I am certainly able, and I want to clarify, purify, go to the perfection. And I'm not talking about being perfectionist. I'm talking about the best possible, best achievable service we can give, we can provide, the best possible things we can create. And probably there is no end of the potential. Nevertheless, it has a lot to do with patience, right? How much work we want to do at the moment to make things working well, how many things we want to do to make things good as we want. And about patience, mostly I can say what the patience not is and what not to do, to be honest, because I found a greed in my human design now. In the beginning, I was talking about that already. I was like, what? Me? But it was not about any material things. It was about ability to be patient. And somehow it's also about waiting, because, for example, many of us, all of us, we were in this place where we start the business activities. And it doesn't happen that within a month you already have thousands of people in your group. It happens sometimes, but it happened to a few people, few persons in the world. And if you want to create the community in Facebook, for example, it takes time, work, effort, and creation to get there. And this is patience. So patience is about doing what is necessary to be done to get to where we want to get. And things do not happen in themselves like that. Miracles are, there are some spots where miracles happen, but mostly it's about our own work. And I have also experienced that I tried to delegate the miracles and expected people that were working for me to achieve the miracles for me. And it didn't happen. And I was like, what happens? But it was about that I probably didn't study enough. And I was not aware of the nature of some processes. So I couldn't have enough patience to complete them and achieve what I wanted to achieve. Now I'm back, returned to the beginning of this road. I started from the beginning and now I am doing things slowly. Maybe that's patience.
There's the saying, I don't know from whom it was, everything worth doing is worth doing slowly. It just stayed in my memory that, building relationships, when you mentioned about having patience to build community, for example, on Facebook, when you are like present in the moment, you enjoy building that relationship with another person. Even when it's one person every day or maybe every week that you connect with and help somehow and invite in your world, you enjoy that, right? When we are completely present and we're not thinking about future or past or where we have to get with all this, we enjoy that new connection.
Yeah, and I have a very good example about the same with selling. I made 2 phone calls. Well, I made the phone calls to clients last week, and it would be great to have 8 clients per day, call them and talk with them and have quickly the result and their decision and let's have the result, right? And I started calling them, and I am really not eager to call them and say, hey, I offered this and this. Do you want it? No, bye. Next. So I called them and I started talking with them, simply asking them how they are. This is the relationship. At least I understand it this way, right? How they are, how are they doing? How are their plans for this year? And they started talking with me. It took a lot of time. But I have 2 new friends,
Yeah.
So, the question, what do I choose? Do I choose to do things quickly and, do sales quickly, or get this relationship with people?
Ladies, I want to ask you to maybe say, before we close this live stream, to say a little bit about, a couple of words about patience in your context and what you do, and where maybe you would like to invite our viewers, how you can help them, and how you can, maybe show a little bit of, just in a few words what you do and where you would like to invite them further. Michaela, how about you? Because you are a relaxation coach.
Yes, I am a relaxation coach and working with moms that have exhaustion feelings and feeling off energy. And I work with them and I would invite, as I did at the beginning, to really connect to yourself, even through relaxation, to calm down and distracting a little bit from the outside world, to find more your inner self and your inner energy, while finding out what you're really needing, what you really need to build up more energy and finding back to your own power. So through meditation or more sleep or whatever you need, so that we find out together.
Beautiful. How about you, Bree?
Yeah, so this is one of my methods.
Wow.
Sorry. Yeah, so patience. I mean, let's see what the sounds say. You know, any place, when we're in a state of patience, there's a state of movement. There's a state of movement. When we're in a state, and for me, there's a state of waiting. There's a state of tension. And so for me, I always want to guide people back to that harmonious state where your vital life force is always flowing, and it'll help you self-regulate and harmonize and create the optimal life that you're looking for. And so there's several ways that I usually invite my clients and people who, you know, join me weekly on my lives or do my activations. And it's usually through breath, through sound, through, you know, grounding yourself in nature, through writing, and through movement. So what can you do when you feel this discomfort and uncomfortable feeling in the body related to whatever it might be? But in this case, let's say it's waiting for something to happen and it's not happening when you want it to happen. What can you do in that moment to move that energy, you know, to get that flowing again? For me, I stop focusing on it and I go do something completely different. I take a break, I pause, and I go do something that I love to do. So I'll take the kids to the beach, or I'll take them on a walk, or I'll do some writing. And I remove my attention from that, because as long as I'm fixated on that, it's only going to hold me in that pattern. So I want to create movement. So I stop focusing on the thing that's not moving, and I focus on something that gets me moving. And that's one of the quickest ways that I find helps us restore that flow and harmony.
Beautiful. I already feel so peaceful from the sound.
The
From
sounds,
your
right?
words, yes. How about you, Camila? Where would you like to invite our people?
Well, I do. Well, my main topic is relationship B2B and impact we have on people. I am the negotiation expert, and I know very well that it takes time if you want to have your work done really well. No matter if you are buying or selling, no matter if you're looking for a client, no matter if you're looking for the supplier, no matter if you're looking for a boyfriend or girlfriend, you know, relationship is a relationship. It takes time if you want to have a quality result of your work, of building the relationship. And in in the negotiation, it works this way, that if you want to do the negotiation quickly and have quick decisions, next month you will wake up and say, we could do that better. But if you take your time and if you allow yourself not to chase the deadlines, I do that instantly, you know, and some people don't like it, but I hate deadlines in this relationship work, and I don't set them, and I am usually very happy with the results I have. So take your time, think about it, feel this relationship with your proposal, and then go and talk about it.
Amazing. So thank you, Camila, for introducing to your work. I just wanted to say that I invite my people and people who feel that they want to express themselves and to amplify themselves, to invite on a journey of self-acceptance and self-love in the first place. And from that place, as a coach, I help my clients to really bring their voice out through self-love, self-acceptance, bring that heartfelt connection, storytelling, heart-to-heart connection in the world. So this is how I can help. And patience, of course, it takes a lot of presence with ourselves, to accept ourselves, to allow ourselves. It's very scary. It can be very vulnerable to express our story, to show up with the story. We are afraid of judgment. We are afraid of rejection. So I help my clients to overcome those fears so that they can connect heart to heart with people in their world, in their work, in their relationships. So yeah, amazing. So wishing everybody lots of presence and patience and self-love. And thank you so much. All right. Follow us, share this podcast with people that you know would benefit from it, and just connect with us if you feel we can help you.
That's it. Thanks. Have a good week.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.